The Bible is full of journeys. Abraham walks from Haran to Canaan. Joseph travels in a caravan from Canaan to Egypt. Moses brings the Hebrews back across the wilderness. Joshua brings them into the promised land, and so on. In the Middle Ages, people started to think of a journey as a quest. A quest is a type of journey during which you learn a lot about yourself and your companions, but also a lot about the destination you're going on. In other words, your goal isn't really arrival. It's making the most of the journey as a learning and growing experience. It's in that light that it makes sense to think of life as a journey. It's not about ever arriving. It's about taking the time to learn about yourself and your companions, and to reflect on the destination. The Shaker song, Walk Softly, is about making the most of the journey. The phrase walk softly arose in relation to the room in a Shaker house, reserved almost entirely for worship. When Shakers entered the room, they were enjoined to shut doors quietly and walk softly, as they would in the presence of God. The whole scene evokes Moses' encounter with God at the burning bush, where he's told, "Remove the sandals from your feet, for the place on which you're standing is holy ground." Bob Chilcott's setting of this 19th century Shaker song captures the sense of holiness that might come over all of us when we realize we're entering the presence of the holy and life-giving God.
When we assemble here to worship God, to sing His praises and to hear His word, we will walk softly. With purity of heart and with clean hands, our souls are free from Satan's bands. We will walk softly. While we are passing through the sacred door, into the fold where Christ has gone before, we will walk softly. We'll worship and bow down, we will rejoice, and when we hear the shepherd's gentle voice, we will walk softly,
Richard Gillard's hymn, Brother, Sister, Let Me Serve You, develops the motif of journey and turns it into the idea of pilgrimage. Pilgrimage becomes a major feature of the Middle Ages, especially for the years Jerusalem was held in Crusader hands. Going on pilgrimage became a significant act of penance. For example, if you were a knight and you wanted to be released of your marriage bond. In a highly clerical church, pilgrimage became the definitive lay activity, a way a layperson could walk with God that didn't rely on a priest mediating the sacraments. For those who believe God is with us rather than for us, and that our principal way of responding is to be with God and one another, there's much to enjoy in this hymn, especially the resonant lines, "I will hold the Christ light for you in the night time of your fear." A perfect example of how for can become with.
Brother, sister, let me serve you. Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too. We are pilgrims on a journey, fellow travelers on the road. We are here to help each other walk the mile and bear the load. I will hold the Christ light for you in the night time of your fear. I will hold my hand out to you, speak the peace you long to hear. I will weep when you are weeping, when you laugh, I laugh with you. I will share your joy and sorrow till we've seen this journey through. When we sing to God in heaven, we shall find such harmony. Born of all we've known together, of Christ's love and agony. Brother, sister, let me serve you. Let me be as Christ to you. Pray that I may have the grace to let you be my servant too.
When Nelson Mandela wrote his autobiography, he described his life with the words "long walk to freedom." This connected him, in a subtle way, with the Afrikaners' own great trek to found their own state away from the British Cape Colony in 1836. But it also connected him with the best-known journeys of all, those of African-American slaves walking to freedom. The moment when a slave crossed the Ohio River is encapsulated in the spiritual Wade in the Water, here set by Moses Hogan. This song explicitly connects the Israelites' experience of crossing the Red Sea under Moses, and then entering the Promised Land by crossing the Jordan under Joshua, with the emancipation found by leaving the slave lands of the American South.
God's a gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, 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 children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that host all dressed in white. God's gonna trouble the water. The leader looks like an Israelite. God's gonna trouble the water. Oh, children,
Wade in the water. gonna trouble the water. See that band all dressed in red.
God's gonna trouble the water.
Well, it looked like the band that Moses led.
God's gonna trouble the water.
Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water.
God's gonna trouble water.
Wade in, children.
Go and